Hi, I'm Sora.
And I'm Ash.
And this is Equality,
where we talk about the things
that you should be talking about. Gotta be a bit louder. We should both wink at the camera once per video, hey there.
Hey.
Come here often?
I bet you do.
This is Ash's pre-T video, and also our partner of female to male questions video, I guess. I don't really know what to call that.
Your opinion on my transitioning video.
Yep.
That thing. I guess this is my pre-T video, or okay, so I got my first shot today, which is really exciting. So it's basically, it's actually my, my post first shot video, but nothing's really changed yet, so I
Except
assume
for the fact there was a band-aid on your tummy.
There was a band-aid on my tummy and you kissed it better. But yeah, and so I guess this is the reference to my voice.
Whoa, voice.
This is my voice. You're in the future me. What does it sound like now?
Who knows?
You're in the future me does. Moving on to the
Sorry, okay, to the questions.
The questions,
Moving on to
Sora's
questions.
opinion questions.
Sora. Whoa, I forget the name Sora sometimes. Anyway, so.
Okay, the first question would be how you felt when I first came out as trans.
I wasn't there when you first came out. I mean, technically. I mean, I guess I was there when you came out to family and shit, kind of. But I knew from the beginning that you were trans, and that was kind of a whoa thing for me, because I previously identified as really fucking gay.
Get to that later.
Yeah, more on that as the story develops. So yeah, I mean, it definitely you're still my friend. When we were talking, it was cool. I talked to you because you're a cool person, and shit like that. It didn't really affect me too much when we first met.
I didn't really come out as trans while you were there. I sort of presented myself as trans before we met. Moving on, what changes are you looking forward to me being transitioning, and which ones are you not looking forward to?
So which ones I'm looking forward to? The changes, I'm looking forward to you being all strong and stuff, because that'll be fun. And then I'm also just kind of looking forward to you being more confident, you know, being able to go out in public without you getting all worried about it, and being able to go out in public without having to correct people, because people are shitty with pronouns. So I guess mostly looking forward to the benefits that you'll get from it, as opposed to me, because it doesn't really affect me that much.
Which changes are you not looking forward to?
I'm not sure. I don't know how I'm gonna handle the sex drive change. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be interesting. It's not necessarily I'm not looking forward to it, but it's gonna be interesting to see develop. And probably for a while, it's gonna be strange. Your moods are probably gonna be a little bit weird, with testosterone, just because it's changing hormone levels.
It's kind of just the only mood is really different is my default emotion goes from sad to angry, whereas it doesn't make me necessarily more angry, but it makes me where in a situation that I would get really sad, I would just instead get angry.
Gosh, that doesn't sound fun.
But I feel me as a person, I definitely am not going to get angry
more often.
I'm just a passive person in general, not even to do with hormones
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's it. You don't... Nothing else?
I don't think there's anything that I'm not looking forward to with the whole...
Facial hair?
I'm not looking forward to facial hair. Or any other kind of hair.
Do you think I'll change as a person?
No. Probably not.
Do you think it will change our relationship?
Not the hormones thing. We've been discussing the bottom surgery thing, which is a long ways off anyway if it does happen, but that would affect our relationship probably in some way. But more on that
later.
Later.
Do you see me as male?
Yes.
That was quick.
Yeah.
Have you always seen me as male?
Yes. I've slipped up maybe like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah. In the very beginning.
Yeah, I don't do it anymore. And I got like really distressed over slipping up. Like I'm not one to deal with things like that. I'm not good at stress or passing up stuff. But yeah.
Okay.
You introduce yourself as male. So.
Yeah. Was it hard to use male pronouns when we first met in person / and or first started dating?
So the same day, basically. Kind of. And not because of the thing with me, but because of your friends and your mother. Because everyone referred to you as she, and I avoided using pronouns for a really long time.
Yeah.
Like at all.
Because
like,
I
was basically like when I was talking with Morgan and Madison, or your mother, I was like, oh yeah, he's doing good. Like, I really like him. Like, stumbles over pronouns, like not really using them, but
because
but I can't use they because that would be really obvious. So
you knew before everybody else knew, so like you kind of had to like skirt around the fact that you didn't want to use the wrong pronouns, but you didn't want to like
use male pronouns and out you.
Yeah.
So it's basically like say you're Morgan, like ask me a question about you.
You and Ash doing the frickety frack?
well, he's yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, like I kind of just just made like a vaguely pronoun-ish sound when I tried to use pronouns. Like, doing good. Like, he's up in the room. Like, it was really difficult too.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily your fault. Like.
Yeah, everyone else used to be on pronouns, so when I said she on accident, I felt really bad. Like.
Here's this question. How has your sexual orientation changed since dating me?
Okay, so I've basically identified as like a lesbian for quite a while. Dicks are pretty gross. No offense to anyone who has one, or wishes to have one, or likes them, but I don't. And that's a thing that we've been discussing quite a lot, about whether you'll want bottom surgery, and we're going with a tentative no, I suppose.
Tentative. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
So basically, your sexual orientation, do you still identify as like a lesbian?
No, I feel like that would be slightly demeaning to your gender if I identified as a lesbian. Though a lot of my friends still call me a lesbian. Like, they're like, oh, like since there's 2 Sarahs, I'm apparently lesbian Sarah, and she's soccer Sarah.
Soccer Sarah.
And my friend Amy, who's a bit eccentric, still just like, hey, it's the lesbian. I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. You know, I'll be moving next year.
What do you identify as now?
If I have to, polysexual, but I'd probably in general conversation use queer. But like,
I sort of always explain you as a lesbian with a boyfriend. Is that weird?
I
do.
Yeah.
So if nothing, you are
if nothing, I'm
queer.
I'm queer. Polysexual, if you really want to put like a definitive label on it.
But you don't have to. So.
Yeah, I have a polysexual wristband bracelet thingy. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got polysexual flag colors. He's got a trans and pansexual and the rainbow one.
And the rainbow one. Always the rainbow one. Okay. Well, how do we handle sex as me not being transitioned yet?
Pretty the same way you'd handle sex as anyone else. I mean, what feels good tends to feel good, and as far as I know, you don't have like a problem with me touching you, even though your genitals don't match what you may or may not want.
I mean, I feel like we sort of like avoid like using certain terms, like at all. Like
what? I don't know.
Like we never talk about the fact that I have a vagina. Like that's not a thing that happens.
You know, I'm just like, hey, you want to do the sex? Like, yeah. How are you gonna do it today? Which is mainly the other way around. Cause this is too much information for them. They don't need to know that.
It's
Okay, so basically
positive.
like 2/3 of the time at least, it's like him giving to me, not the other way around. So like, it's not as big of a deal, but like I've definitely done stuff before, and it's not like an issue. Like there's no like big like crisis about it. Like that was something I was really worried about. Like when I first started dating him, I was like, well, are you still gonna want me to like touch you, even though like it's not, it may not be the genitals you would prefer.
I feel kind of weird sometimes, like thinking about it, like.
Yeah, sometimes sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, my boyfriend has like female genitals, and that's really strange to me. But then, like, I think that's the only thing that's really strange about it. But like, in my head, like having sex with you is like normal. Like you're still my boyfriend. Either way, but it's not like weird in the fact that like it's not like a really bad thing in the way that like you don't have an issue with me touching you. And I definitely don't have an issue with touching you, so, you know.
How do you feel going out in public with me?
I feel, in the area that we're in, a little bit threatened.
Yeah,
because
we're really unsafe here, like.
Yeah, we live
there's not, like, we can't go, like, one place.
Without
like,
getting catcalls or horns honked
like,
at
we'll
us.
walk down the street. There's no way we can, like, walk from, like, a block, like, without like
something happening.
Somebody either like yells at us or like
one
honks at
time
us.
I like kissed him in public and people tend to assume that he's female, which really fucking pisses me off. Anyway, which I guess is why they catcall at us and shit like that. But like sometimes I'll like kiss him in public and people like jeer.
Sometimes we get like people who like honk at us and like are yelling at us, like flipping us off, like really angry.
Girls like screaming out of their car or something like that. Like,
yeah, like and then sometimes there's like.
And sometimes it's really ambiguous. Like, were they honking at us? Like, were they just honking because they're in a car and there's a car doing something? Like, it's really ambiguous sometimes that we rarely go out.
One time we went to the mall and like we were like hugging or something and some guy like started yelling at us. But
didn't somebody? And
you weren't paying attention, but like. He was like, hey, like trying to get our attention, and I sort of just like pulled you along. It's really unsafe here going out in public, but like otherwise, besides here, like, what do you feel?
It's cool.
You just
I don't even think about it most of the time. Like most of the time, I'm just like so in the mindset that's like, oh yeah, this is my boyfriend.
She's always the one that like
corrects people.
Like I cannot like for the life of me stand up for myself when like somebody uses the wrong pronoun or whatever. Like I just like sort of ignore it and like. Keep my head down and like don't address it, whereas she like calls somebody out like actually, which is
when I don't call people out I feel bad.
You're not necessarily like conscious of it, I guess, in public.
Not really, unless somebody uses the wrong pronoun, but then it's like I'm not like, oh, like people are gonna like know he's trans and get all offended and shit like that. No, like people tend to think we're like lesbians, which is weird.
So I think that's the end of this video, which is Sora's opinions plus my pre-tea video.
Yeah.
Or I guess my post first shot video.
But basically pre-tea.
Okay, so yeah.
Let's stop.
Let's stop.
Let's just steal that. Let's steal it. Anyway. Well, I don't know. I don't remember what our ending is.
I think you just refer to them as the general population of teacups because it's equality.
Ha! And we tell them to spread the love and kiss.
Spread the love.
Yeah, okay. You gotta spread the love, little teacups. Little tiny teacups.
I'm gonna sip out of you.